同学们好. Hello, everybody. It is class 5, November the 30th. We are at the beginning of the third section. We'll be finishing reviewing Fair Lady Works Shuttles today. We'll do a transition, and then we'll see where we are, whether we go on to the second big chunk of the third section, which comes in 4 chunks that I'll talk about a little. But let us begin with our fundamental practice. So as always, I like to start with standing practice. Feet shoulder width apart or a bit wider, feet parallel to the front. Bend your knees. Make a nice big round circle. We'll do this for 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll do bow stance. So this is a way for us to practice relaxing. And this is relaxing in the Tai Chi Chuan sense, which is making sure that all our joints and tendons are open and extended, and every part of the body is connected to every other part. And we do this by practicing our posture, getting our posture right, and then that will help us do our breathing, which also helps to calm the mind. So let's start with our posture check. So first, feel the head pushing up, energetic, and feel everything else from the neck on down sinking. Your head is up, everything else is sinking down. So feel your neck is extending. And as you sink down, number 2, sink the shoulders, drop the elbows. Again, that will help you push up your head. When we sink our shoulders, sometimes we open our chest too much, so check. Number 3, you're absorbing your chest, your back is slightly rounded. Feel pulling out at the elbows, pulling out from the spine, and actually extending away from the fingertips too, so you have this circle. And opening your back left to right will also help you open your back up and down. So feel, relax the waist, drop your hips straight down. Feel your lower spine extending, your lumbar spine, and feel the length from the tip of your head to your tailbone, open and extending. And as we're here, let's just think about our breathing for the last half a minute. So we want to have abdominal breathing. So as you breathe out, if your posture is helping, you will be able to feel your belly extending. And as you breathe out, your belly will contract. So just attend to your breathing, natural breathing, mouth gently closed, lips touching, teeth gently touching, tongue pushing up the roof of your mouth. And this natural abdominal breathing is actually what the Chinese catchphrase, sink the qi to the dantian, it means, according to our teacher, Master Yang Jin. So we're also practicing bow stance. So let us change to a bow stance from here, and we'll do the same standing practice in bow stance. So shift your weight to one side, open the other foot to the corner, pick up foot, extend it in front so that you've got shoulder width between your feet. Check your body posture. Your torso is inclined, folded forward in line with the back leg, and your hips are centralized so that your tailbone is between your hips. Now do the posture checks, head up, shoulders down, elbows down, absorb the chest, relax the waist, and make sure that you've got a good stance. So feel your weight distribution on your feet, 60% in the front, 40% in the back. And for each of the feet, you want an even pressure on the ball and the heel, so that you can't easily lift up the ball or the heel. both the back, particularly the back heel, tends to float up. Or if you're too far forward, the front heel will float up. So let's change to the other side. Shift your weight back, pick up the foot, bring it in. Now shift your weight over and step out shoulder width and as far forward as you can easily come back. Shift forward your weight. And again, check your posture. Your torso is folded in line with the back leg. Check your body shape, head up. Even though your torso is folded forward, your head is up, front of your face is vertical. Keep your palms in front of your chest. Pull them open, so absorb the chest. Relax the waist, so feel your lower back relaxing. Feel you've got weight on the balls and the heels. And as I see some of you doing, if you find it's too much on your arms, just relax, come out, go back in again. Don't feel you have to hold it too long. And we'll come out of our standing practice. So when we think about footwork, there are three major chapters under footwork. One is our stance. That's what we've been doing. The second is how we move. And the third is how we root. So let's practice moving. And so before we practice moving, let's just start again. Make sure that our stance is correct. So 1 foot on the diagonal, 1 foot on straight. Step forward far enough that you can come back and step wide enough so that your shoulder width, 60% on the front. So I'm going to have my arms up, but you don't have to. We're going to change from one side to the other. So shift your weight back, pick up the front foot. Now, I want you to check that you can balance. You don't have to lift your leg up this high. I'm just doing it for effect. That you can, your whole body is stacked over that standing foot. Now, put the other one down, shift over. So now make sure that you're stacked over the other foot. Put it out, shift forward. And come back. Pick it up. What's nice about this is if your bow stance is too long, you will have trouble coming back. So don't step so far forward that you have to yank yourself back. You should be able to just pick it up, shift the weight to the other side, step out. So what you can see here we'll just keep moving. In our moving footwork, there's this pattern, heel, ball, toe. And as we release the weight, toe, ball, heel, and put down. When we step out, heel, ball, toe. We want to step smoothly and gently as if you're walking on ice. So don't stomp your foot down, just put it down and see if the ice will take your weight. Come forward. As you come back, do the other side. And the other thing that we do in young style is we don't pick the foot up very high, just enough to imagine if there's mud, you can get your foot out of the mud and skim it over the top of the mud to the other side. And one last one on this side. So this is moving. Now, last week we talked about rooting, and that's where we're moving our weight forward and back. So perform a bow stance, and I want you to start in the front, move your weight back and stop. Then push forward and stop. Push with the front leg, stop with the back leg. Push with the back leg, stop with the front. We call this push and support. And I want you to do this 4 times or 6 times so that you can feel that you push forward and stop. Normally we do the form so slowly that we don't really feel this. Try the other side. So go forward and stop. Swing your weight back and forward. Back, and what you might feel is as you stop, there's a pulse that moves between your feet. So as I push forward and I stop with my front leg, it goes into my back leg. As I push back, it goes from my back leg to my front leg. Now let's add the moving and the rooting. So we're going to step forward and swing. Come back, step forward and swing and stop. Step back, step forward, swing and stop. And you can do this at whatever speed works for you. And as you do it faster and faster, we don't normally do it fast when we perform the form, but it's always good to practice at different speeds. You can feel this rooting at the end of your movement. So let's stop there. Judith has a question. Go ahead, Judith.
I'm sorry, you said you can feel the rooting at the end of the cycle. Is that what you?
What I was trying to say was you can feel the push and support, which is part of rooting, and you can actually feel the other part of it, which is central settle down too. So when we say rooting has two elements to it. One is push and support, which is I'm pushing back with the front leg and forward with the back leg. And by moving my weight backwards and forwards, I can feel this movement that each is supporting the other. When I swing my weight forward and then stop, so because if I didn't stop, I just keep going, but I use my thigh muscles to stop myself, it comes back. I can feel, let's say I'm moving from back to front, it will actually send a pulse back into my back heel. As I go backwards and I push on with my back thigh, I can feel it in my front heel. And so this movement we call central settle down because it's almost like a spring settling as you go forward and stop. So let us practice together. We'll start at the beginning of the third section. And as usual, I will use my beanie to indicate the front of the room. So we're starting going in that direction. So that is the way Nancy Lauscher does it. She calls that 12 o'clock, or I call it the front of the room. Master Young calls it south. So I'm assuming we're all starting in that direction. We're at the beginning of the third section, cross hands. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Transition to diagonal single whip. Diagonal single whip. Fairly wild horse parts its mane. 1. 2. 3. Grass bird's tail. Ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Transition to single whip. Single whip. Fair Lady Works Shuttles. 1. 3, 4, and stop. So let's practice that again. This time I'll give a few more cues, and I'm going to change my practice direction. So I'm now going to be my starting direction. I'm going to imagine I started facing in this direction. So you'll see me facing you as we are in cross hands at the beginning of the third section. And when we've got through this, then we'll see if there are any questions. Cross hands. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Shift your weight to the right, shift your weight to the left. Arms brush and swing to the side as the heel touches. Brush with the right arm, press forward into push. Roll back, shift your weight back as the left arm turns up, the right arm to the shoulder, shift your weight back, and finish your roll back to the left. Press, close the arms together and push forward. As you do this quickly, you can actually practice push. Your push and support in press and push in particular. Transition to diagonal single whip. Shift back your weight, flatten the palms, pull with the left hand, pivot on the right heel, foot to the straight direction, come back, make your hook to the side, lift up the left hand to 45 degrees as you step out, heel touch, foot flattens as the arm rotates, and press out. Wild horse parts its mane, shift your weight slightly to the right, turn the left toe more than corner, almost straight. Close the arms and step out when the arms are closed, stepping out more than straight, less than corner, sweep the arm up. Number 2, shift weight back slightly. Open the foot, right foot, put it back down again. Close the arms as you root with the left heel, then with the body turning, sweep up with the left arm looking over your left fingertips. Number 3, shift back your weight, lift up the left foot, put it back down as you grab to the left with the left hand, close the arms, heel touch, with body turning, sweep up the right arm. Transition to grass bird tail, shift weight back, turn the right toe to the front right corner. As you close the arms, left foot comes in and roots out when the arms are closed. Ward off left, lift with the left arm, press down with the right, torso is vertical. Ward off right, shift your weight slightly to the right, pivot the left heel to the corner, grab and pull to the left with the left hand, arms close as you root with the right foot, lift with the right arm, press down with the left. Roll back, rotate both arms as you turn your body to the corner, back right. Sit back to the front right. Press, both arms circle, left palm to right forearm. Now push forward and imagine if you did this quickly, you'd have push and support at the front. Push, sit back your weight, palms horizontal, they drop in front of your chest, push up, palms vertical, and finish palms shoulder height. Single whip transition. As your weight comes back, flatten the palms, pull with the left hand, pivot on the right heel, right foot turns 135 degrees to the front left corner. Palms come back in front of your chest, hook hand to the corner, left arm comes up to 45, step out with the heel, left arm rotates, foot flattens, and then strike out. Check that your torso is vertical. Fair Lady Works Shuttles, shift your weight to the right, left arm comes around in a big circle, left toe 135 degrees. Sit back your weight, pull to the left with your left arm, change your foot, right foot to the side. Shuttle the left under the right arm, ward off, connect with the left arm, and then strike. You're in a left bow stance to the corner. Number 2, sit back, press down your palms. Pull with the left hand as your left foot goes to the back. Shuttle your right palm horizontally under your left upper arm. Step out with the right foot, arms open, and strike. Number 3, sit back your weight, press down with both palms. Change your right foot now to the side. Shuttle your left palm under the right upper arm, arms open when the heel touches, and strike out when the knee bends. Number 4, press down. pull with the right arm as the left toe turns to the front. Shuttle the right arm under the left upper arm. Foot flattens, arm out, knee bends, strike out. And stop.
Could you go over one more time when you start from the single whip, return around, and at this point I'm just a little confused about my hands.
Yes.
Sometimes I want to bring it under, and sometimes I want to bring my right hand over, and I just.
Very good. That's an excellent question, Michael, and I was going to talk about that anyway. So you're telepathic. Let me just set my numbers out. So I am in single whip, and we're going to talk about Fair Lady number 1. So the question about, and actually let's just double check. We'll do the footwork just once, and then we'll focus on the body movement, on the arm movements and the body movements, which was your question, Michael. So 1, shift your weight back, turn your left toe through 135 degrees. So your left toe is now to the front right corner, southeast corner. Pick up the right foot, put it down, center line 2 sides from the line from your left heel. The right foot is pointing to the side. Shift your weight onto the right foot. Step out with the left foot to the corner in a bow stance and shift your weight forward. Everybody good with that footwork? Okay, so let's talk about the arms. So I'm in single whip. As I shift back my weight, my left arm comes around, and imagine that you're embracing somebody with this left arm. It's coming around in this embrace, and when you finish, it's sort of standing, your palm is like this. Your right hook arm is to the side, and your left arm is curved, of course, but it's sort of net pointing to the side. So that looks good, Michael. So that's 1. So 1, turn both arms up to the side. 2, pull to the left with your left arm, release the hook, change your footwork. This is number 2. 3, shuttle your left arm under your right upper arm. So your right arm is going to come to the left arm is going to go to the right. This is 3. 4, step out, so the left arm is going to connect out and your right heel is going to touch. So this will be, you'll be in this position for number 3. And then 4, you're just going to move forward and strike. Let's do that again. So 1, shift back weight in big embracing circle with the left arm. When you're finished, both arms are to the side. 2, pull to the left with your left arm. Change your footwork, right foot, heel touch to the side. 3, shift your weight onto the right foot, left arm shuttles under right upper arm, both palms are up. 4, step through, connect out with your left arm, your right arm is holding the baby or holding the football, and then 5, as you shift forward, you're striking out. Now, one of the small things I want us to take note of is our strikes. So this is the same as, for example, brush knee and push. So when we strike out, the energy point is the heel of the hand. So our palm is sitting vertical and we're striking here. In fact, it's the same when we're in single whip. Now it's the left hand. So imagine that your left palm is more or less vertical because you're striking out this way. Let's do that again, and this time I'll talk about the body movement. So we're starting in single whip. Our chest is bit open, bit more than corner, bit more than the front left corner, which is the south. God, I can never remember. Southeast, yes. Okay. 1, shift your weight turn everything to the side. Now your arms are both to the side. Your chest is actually to the corner. As you sit back your weight and change your feet, you pull your left arm to the left. Your chest is now square to the front. Now, as you shift your weight onto the right, right arm closes to the left, left arm goes to the right. Your chest is now to the corner. As you open, your chest will open to the right so that your chest is now actually square to the side. And then as you strike, your chest comes to the corner again. So let me watch you do that. Just do that one movement. So start in single whip and do Fair Lady number 1. On your own time. Okay, very good. Just a couple of things that I'd like to point out. One is when we ward off out, when the one arm is in this shape and the other arm is here, this forward arm is actually imagine you're connecting out with your forearm, so it's not limp, it's nice and round and connecting out. And at the same time, when you're connecting around to the right, again, it's a nice rounded open shape. That's looking very good now. The last thing I want to practice again is let's just practice the arm shuttle. So what's happening is when we come around, this is at the end of 1, we're going to open the arms. So from this, we're going to open the arms. So the left arm is just going to pull to the left and the right hook is going to release. So you're going to open and then you're going to close, but it's all in a plane. It's all in this plane. And it's the same kind of shuttling in a plane that you'll see in the other Fair Ladies. Okay, one more thing. So what I want you to focus on this time is as you open, step, I want you to close with your palm under your upper arm. So bring it in far enough so that as your upper arm comes across, you can actually do a strip. Because what we're doing is imagine somebody's holding your wrist. You want to strip off. And so your upper arm is going exactly like that across the center of the forearm of the lower arm. So you need to come across far enough that you can do that strip. And what I'd like you to remember here is this is the same movement as apparent closing up. So apparent closing up, if you remember at the end, actually of every section, we open, it comes across, and then as we strip this way. Now, with apparent closing up, we're going to sit both palms down. With Fair Lady Works Shuttles, one's going to go up and one's going to stay behind. But this stripping movement, you're stripping somebody's grip off your upper arm, is going to be the same. Yes, that looks good. Okay, let's continue. So let's do Fair Lady 3 and 4, because Fair Lady 4 is the same as Fair Lady 2, so we can practice Fair Lady 2 as well. So to just review, we started in a bow stance. Fair Lady number 1 is a left bow stance to the front right corner. Fair Lady number 2 is a right bow stance to the other corner. So we are now in a right bow stance to the front left corner. If you're doing clocks, it's the corner between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock. So we've done Fair Lady number 2. So we're in a right bow stance. The right arm is up. The left arm is striking out. This is the end of Fair Lady number 2. Fair Lady number 3. Sit back, press down with both palms, and your right foot lifts up. Number 2. Change the footwork. So you pick up your right foot, put it back down. It's now pointing to the side. 3. Open the arms. Both palms are up in this horizontal plane, and shuttle the left under the right upper arm as you bring your left foot to be beside your right ankle. So this is the same as we've just done in Fair Lady number 1. Step out, heel touch, ward off out with the left. The right arm is cradling in front of the right shoulder. Foot flattens, strike out. A couple of things I want to remind us of that I noticed. One is when we do, so we're in a bow stance here, when you press down, in fact, it's a chest turn. So your chest starts off to the corner. As you press down, your chest will be more or less to the side. So this pressing down involves turning your chest. Change the footwork, shuttle, step out. Now here, what I want you to be careful of is that when you're cradling here, don't pull your elbow past your side. Make sure that you keep your chest absorbed and your back rounded. So it's very easy for us to do this. Make sure that your elbow stays sort of not behind the side of your body here. And then we're going to strike out. So let's do Fair Lady number 3 together. So we're in a right bow stance to the corner, right leg forward, right arm up over the head, and the left arm is striking out horizontally. 1, shift back your weight, push down with both palms, your right toe lifts up. 2, pick up the right foot, turn it 45 degrees so it's now to the side. 3, shift your weight to the right as the arms open, both palms up, and then the arm shuttle. Left palm under right upper arm. Your right arm is pointing to the corner. 4, step out, heel touch, cradling and warding off. 5, shift weight forward and push out. Something I want to mention here, we've got various principles, and when I talk through these steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's so that we can focus on coordinating the upper and lower body together. So that's the first thing, coordinating upper and lower. Once you're comfortable that you understand what the coordination points are, then I want you to attend to another principle, which is practice continuously and without interruption. So smooth out the break. So don't do 1, stop, 2, stop, 3, stop. Just go smoothly through the whole thing. Let's do Fair Lady number 3 again. We're starting at the end of Fair Lady 2. Right bow stance to the corner, right leg forward, right arm over the head, left arm pushing out. 1, push down with both palms, sit back your weight. 2, pick up the right foot, change it, put down the heel. Number 3, shift your weight onto the right, open the arms, close the arms. 4, heel touch, ward off. 5, strike. How's that? Okay, I'm seeing a couple of thumbs up. So from here, let's do Fair Lady number 3 again, and then we'll do Fair Lady number 4. So Fair Lady number 3, right bow stance to the corner, right arm up, left arm horizontal. Fair Lady number 3, 1, push down with both arms, right toe lifts. 2, change the footwork. 3, shift to the right, arms open and close. Your chest is to the side as you open and strike. So this is Fair Lady number 3. Now we're going to do Fair Lady number 4, which is the same as number 2. 1, push down with both arms. 2, Pivot on the left heel, left foot turns through 135 degrees. 3, shuttle the right under the left upper arm, heel touch. 4, ward off and cradle. 5, bend knee, strike. We'll start with Fair Lady number 3. So we're in a left bow stance to the corner. Left arm over the head, right arm striking out in the diagonal direction. 1, press down, start shifting your weight back. 2, pull with the right arm, pivot with the left. At this moment, your both arms are pointing to the front. 3, shuttle your right arm under the left as you step behind you. When the heel touches, the arms are crossed. When the foot flattens, the arms open. When the knee bends, you strike out. And stop. How's that? Are there any questions? Yes. So I want to do the transition from Fair Lady number 4 to Grassbird's Tail, which will then take us to the end of this first chunk. So let us do that. So we've done Fair Lady number 4. This will be very similar to the transition from the end of Parting Wild Horse's mane to Grassbird's Tail. So again, so this is the front for me. So I've done Fair Lady number 4. I'm in a right bow stance to the back right corner. I'm going to change to a bow stance to the front. This is where I'm going to do ward off left. So I'm essentially going to go from a right bow stance to the back corner to a left bow stance to the front. So how are we going to do that? It's pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is we're going to turn the front foot, the right foot, through 90 degrees. So shift your weight back, turn the right foot through 90 degrees. Shift your weight back, pick up the left foot. Now you can just put it down. If you just move it so that it's facing the front, you're now in a bow stance for ward off left. Do the footwork again. So we're in a right bow stance to the corner. Shift weight back, turn the toe through 90 degrees, shift onto the right, pick up the left, and shift into your bow stance. The arm coordination is where it gets a little tricky. Not very, just a little. So we're in a right bow stance. We've finished Fair Lady number 4. Right arm over the head, left arm striking out horizontally. So 1, you're going to shift your weight back and rotate your arms. So you're in a rollback position. So you're going to go from the right arm over your head and the left arm pushing out to the left arm in a nice round shape and the right arm pushing out. So let me just show it in this direction. So I've done this. We're going to go to this. So from here to here. And what I want you to, and this is just a weight shift back, but notice that my chest is moving. We say this a lot. So my chest is to the corner. As I press down, my chest comes to the side, to the square. So that's 1. Let's start again. We're in a right bow stance. 1, shift back weight, go into your rollback shape. 2, pivot on the back heel, the back foot comes to the corner. Now you're going to close your arms and step out heel touch. As usual, when the heel touches, the arms are closed. And then 4, you're going to lift with the left arm, push down with the right. You're in ward off left. And check your ward off left. Left arm is straight to the side. Chest is almost to the side. Right palm is by your hip. Tiger's mouth pointing at your left forearm center. Great. Good. So a couple of things I for the most part, I can't see your feet. So it's always the feet that are the most important, as Marion was pointing out. It's hard for me to help you with that, but I can see your arms. So one of the things I want to underline is that when we're in ward-off left, our final position, it's a little bit hard for you to see with this white thing. I'll do it in 2 angles. Your left arm is more or less straight to the side and horizontal. So when you're looking at this arm from the side, you'd see very little. It's not this shape, it's this shape. So it's not rounded, it's straight. And my chest is open to the side to allow my left arm to come out. And so it's horizontal, not up. So it's horizontal and it's straight. Yeah, that looks good, Ronald. Yes. Okay,
I'm
go ahead, Judith.
repeat, when you're ending Fair Lady,
Yes.
number 4, in a right bow stance, striking with your right arm, correct?
No, right arm over the head, left arm striking out.
Oh, okay. Shift your weight. But when, at the end, did you say that your left arm is not curved? It's completely straight?
It's touchy straight.
Okay.
So the let me make a distinction between ward off left and ward off right.
Okay.
So when we do ward off left, I'll do it from this angle. You can see that my arm is sort of touchy straight. It's looking like this. This is
Okay.
ward off left. And the way to think about it is your opponent, you're pulling your opponent's arm in front of you here. When we go into ward off right, your right arm is rounded in front of your body. So your right arm is almost like a quarter circle. Your right arm is this shape in ward off right. It's this shape in ward off left. And that's the distinction I was trying to make. I will get back to doing the Fair Ladies. Before we do that, since we have a little extra time, I just want to compare this transition from Fair Lady 4 to ward off left to Parting Wild Horses Main 3 to ward off left, which is similar, very similar. So let us do that. So we've done Parting Wild Horses Main. So so let's say we're in Parting Wild Horses Main number 3. So I'm in a right bow stance. I'm not actually to the corner because we've done Parting Wild Horses Main. So my right foot is a little bit more than straight, but less than corner. My left foot's a bit more than corner, less than straight. My right arm is up here. So the footwork is going to be very similar to what we've just done. So shift back your weight, turn the back foot so that it's 45 degrees. Shift your weight onto the right. And here we actually pick up the left foot and put it out and shift forward into a bow stance. So you can see the only thing that's slightly different is the angle of the right foot. In Fair Lady Works Shuttles number 4, your right foot is exactly to the corner. In Parting Wild Horses Main, it's not quite to the corner. So the footwork is similar. So shift back weight, turn the right foot so that it's to the front right corner, shift your weight back, pick up the foot, step it out into a bow stance. For those of you who are following along, when we go from Parting Wild Horses Main to ward off left, the left foot steps in and out. When we go from Fair Lady 4 to ward off left, it doesn't. The reason is the distance between our feet. So when we're in Fair Lady 4, and I close this foot and I shift my weight, For me, there's more than shoulder width between my feet. It would be really clumsy to pick up this foot. So I bring this foot in and step it out. When I'm in Fair Lady 4 and I close my right foot, for me, my feet are actually closer than shoulder width, so I can just step out directly. So that's the reason why we step in and out in Parting Wild Horses Mane and not in Fair Lady. So let's review the arm movements in Parting Wild Horses Mane. So we've got a right bow stance. The right foot is more than straight, less than corner. Right arm is up. So one, we're going to shift our weight, turn the right toe in. Our arms don't change. So our arms are just going to stay like this. Two, as we shift back, we are going to start closing our arms and step out. Number two, you're rooted with your left foot, arms are closed. And then number three, you open into ward off left. I'll do that again. So we're in Parting Wild Horses Mane, right bow stance, foot a little bit past straight, right arm is up. One, shift your weight back, pivot on the right heel, toe to the corner, arms don't change. Two, sit your weight back, close the arms, step in and out with the left foot, root with the heel, your arms are closed. Three, lift. Check your final position in ward off left, left arm straight to the side, chest almost straight, right palm by the right hip. Yes. So let's do the transition now. We'll go back. Fair Lady 4, so we compare them. So Fair Lady 4, right bow stance to the corner, right foot to the corner. Right hand is over the head. Left arm is pushing, striking out. So here, one, the arms do change as you sit back. Two, you turn. Three, the arms close and you step out. Heel touch, arms closed. Four, open. So you can see the one is a 3 count and the other one is a 4 count. So let's just do them alternately again. So we're in Parting Wild Horses Mane. Right bow stance, right foot a little bit past straight, but not quite at corner. Right arm up. So one, shift back your weight, pivot on the right heel, arms, body turns, but your arms don't change. Two, close the arms as your left foot steps in and out. And so when your arms are closed, rooted with the left heel. And then three, lift the left arm, pull down with the right. Fair Lady 4. We're in a bow stance, right bow stance. Now your right toe is to the corner, right arm over the head, striking out with the left palm. So one, as you shift your weight back, rotate the chest, rotate the arms. So you're in this rollback position. Two, turn the body, heel comes in. Three, the arms close, step out, heel touch. Four, lift with the left, pull down with the right, you're in ward off left. Check that your torso is vertical. Let's just go on into ward off right for comparison. So ward off right, shift the weight slightly to the right, pivot the left heel to the corner, shift to the left, pulling out with the left, arms closed, right foot steps in and out, heel touch, arms are closed. Shift forward, ward off right. Now your torso is leaning forward, your right arm is in a protective circle in front of your body, and your left fingertips are about fist width from your right center upper arm. Okay. Any questions? I can't hear you, Judith.
I'm sorry to belabor this. You used the word protective circle.
Yes.
The right is in a protective circle in right ward off. For all this time, I've had the apparently mistaken idea that the left was also in a protective circle.
Okay.
You kind of rocked my world by saying it's straight.
Yes. Okay. So when I say protective circle, in both cases, we're doing a lift. We're controlling the opponent's arm. but the opponent is in a different position. And this actually, this is a ward off. And I said protective circle because it's like a quarter circle around, and this arm is round. Actually, if you wait one moment, let me just see. Susan isn't expecting to be dragged out, but if she is around, I will drag Susan out and then I'll show you the application. Okay, so let's quickly do, so we're going to do ward off left. Let's start from here. Yeah, this will work. So Susan is going to punch. I'm going to step to the side and control the arm. Yeah, I think maybe we'll do it the other way around. So when Susan comes in and strikes, I'm going to take this arm and step next to her. I'm now going to lift with my left arm. This is why this left arm is straight. And I'm going to push down with the right arm. And the reason I'm doing it one arm at a time is if I do it with both arms, I break Susan's elbow. So that's why ward off left is this. So now let's do ward off right. So yeah, so Susan's going to come in here. I'm going to control this arm. She's now in front of me. I'm going to step in front of her. Thank you. And lift. This might be better the other way around. This way. Yeah, so Susan's going to come in. I'm going to grab and pull to the left, step in, and you can see she's now in front of me. And again, I need to be careful that I don't break her elbow, as she's just reminded me. You can see the same principle here. I'm lifting with this arm and pushing down with this arm, but she's closer in and she's in front of me. So Susan, if you can just step away, you can see that my right arm is in this shape when I'm doing ward off right here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
It seems in the second example that your back is completely exposed to her left arm. And it doesn't seem like the sort of thing you would actually do.
Many of the, I have the same issue that you do, Ronald. It's like, well, you know, there's another arm over here. What do I do with that arm? So yeah, normally when Master Young does it, it happens so quickly that the opponent doesn't have a chance to do anything with the other arm. But when we do it slowly, you do have to think about, what about that arm? I'm with you. So
Okay.
so the reason why we think about these applications, at least I do, I will never use them in a martial art situation. I'm not doing Tai Chi Chuan for martial art purposes. But having a sense of what the movement is makes it easier for me to remember what my body is supposed to be doing. So it's a way for my body to understand the shapes it makes, which is good for my health, which is why I automatically do it.
The time is 4:59 p.m.
The time, some voice from the ether has just told me, is 4:59 p.m. So we're running a little bit long. So let us actually do the Fair Ladies from the beginning, just from single whip, do the Fair Ladies, do the transition to Grassbird's tail, ward off left. And let's do that a couple of times. And if anybody needs to leave, please do. So we're going to start. This is the front for me. We're going to start in single whip. And we're going to do the Fair Ladies. So, Fair Lady number 1, shift weight, embrace with the left arm, both arms to the left. Sit your weight back, pull the left arm to the left, change your footwork, right foot to the side. Shuttle the left under the right as you shift weight onto the right foot. Strip the left arm up, right palm sitting as you root with the heel and then strike forward. Fair lady number 2, with weight shifting back, push down with both palms. Pull with the right palm, left foot goes through 135 degrees. As your arms horizontally rotate, horizontally circle, step out with the back heel. As the foot flattens, connect out with the right arm. As the knee bends, strike. Fair lady number 3, shifting weight back, press down, push down with both palms. Change the right foot to the side. Shift your weight to the right, arms horizontally rotate. Shuttle. Step out as the heel touches the left arm, wards out. As the foot flattens, strike out with the right. Fair lady number 4, shift your weight back, push down with the palms across the diagonal to the corner. Pull with the left hand, left foot turns through 135 degrees. Shuttle left under right, step behind you into a bow stance. Ward off up as the foot flattens and as the knee bends, strike. Grass bird's tail, ward off left, shift weight back, rotate the arms into roll back shape as you sit back. 2, pivot right heel, right foot to the front, right corner. 3, close the arms, step out, heel touch. 4, lift with the left arm, pull down with the right. Check your closing position. Torso vertical, left arm tai chi straight, right palm by the right hip, right tiger's mouth pointing at the left forearm center. Let's do that one more time. We're in single whip. Fair Lady Works Shuttles, number 1, shift back weight. Circle the left arm to the right, both arms are to the right side. 2, shift back weight, pull to the left, chest to the square, change footwork. Shift your weight onto the right foot, chest to the square, left arm shuttles under the right. Step out, heel touch, chest to the side, knee bends, strike, chest to the corner. 2, push down with both palms, chest to the side. Pull, chest is to the back. Shuttle the right under the left, step behind you, open as the foot flattens, strike as the knee bends. 3, push down with both palms, your chest is to the square as the foot lifts, change your footwork, right foot to the side. Shift your weight to the right, arms open, shuttle the left palm under the right upper arm. Step out, heel touch, chest to the side, strike, chest goes to the corner. 4, push down both palms, chest to the side. Pull all the way around. Left foot now to the front, shuttle under, right foot steps into a bow stance to the corner behind you. Foot flattens, ward off with the right arm, knee bends and strike, and the left foot closes. Grass bird's tail, shift weight back, body turning, arms come down, ward off shape with the left arm. 2, right toe to the corner. 3, close the arms, heel touch. 4, lift with the left, pull down with the right, looking to the side. And stop. I'm afraid I've run very long. I apologize. If you have any further questions and discussions, just stay on afterwards. We can talk. But for now, let us close class there. Thank you so much for being here. 同学们，再见。
老师，再见。